Yo, what is going on guys? The Reaction King here. Today I'm doing another Reddit video. I had so much fun doing the last one and loads of you guys were telling me to do Prorevenge. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that today. Let's see if we can find some good ones. So I am a 30-year-old dad, adopted a kid, I'm also a salesman for some toys and I always carry them. Important. And I take him to daycare every weekday. So it's a Friday, I'm about to drop my son off at his daycare. I am checking him in like I have to do every day, and this kid walks up to my son and snatches his lunchbox and starts running to his mum. He started crying because he took it forcefully. So I walk over and I ask for his lunchbox back. Me, ma'am, your child took my son's lunchbox. Mum, son, no, he stole it from me. Mum, sorry, but that's his lunchbox. Me, no, ma'am. It's his. Now my son starts to grab his lunchbox from the kid's hand. I should have told him to stop. Mum's son yells at the top of her lungs, "Stop abusing my child." Now I hate attention and we got a lot of attention from the other parents. The receptionist comes over and tries to calm down the situation. Receptionist, sir, me, please stop this or I'm going to have to call the police. How do you have any proof? Son, check the back. It has my name on it. Mum's son checks the back to find my son's name on it. And mum's son start booking it. But here is where the revenge part comes in. As she is running, she accidentally left her purse with her phone and her kid's tablet. I saw she was coming back for her purse, but I put one of them stink bombs inside of her purse and it goes off. She goes back to her car and it stinks like hell. I can smell it from here. From what I know, the receptionist called the cops and they couldn't find her, but they put out a real warrant for her arrest. I think it was a little too much. And 2 days later she wrecked her car and got caught in her neighbourhood. But we decided not to press charges, but I did hear that her child got removed from her custody. Well damn, I mean she kinda deserves it, and the child is probably just a bully. The mum isn't of the best parents. She should be teaching the kid a lesson whenever he does something bad like that. I mean, I wouldn't raise a child like that, and I don't think any of you guys watching would raise a child like that. Kinda harsh that he just snatched the lunchbox, and then the mum tried to play it off. That's just... I'd hate that. But, you know, it's the world, and you can't fix the world completely, can you? So a little backstory. I have a very good relationship with my mum, so I FaceTime and text her regularly, though I've never called her because there's no point to do this. My mum and manager are also very good friends and knows where I am. I'm always sharing my location with her because she worries about me. Cast: Entitled Mum, Entitled Boy, Sweet Girl, My Mum, Me, and Bolt. So let's begin. This happened a few hours after my shift ends and I'm sitting in my normal spot in the McDonald's. Bolt is laying down sound asleep on the other bench. I take her vest off so she could play with some kids that were in there earlier and just let her sleep because she looks tired when she returned to me. I was just sitting there, barely anyone else in the store, drawing on the part of my laptop, making my drawing in my sketchbook more solid. Until Entitled Mum, Entitled Boy, and Sweet Girl walk into the store. I overhear Sweet Girl, looks around 6 or 7, and Entitled Boy, looks about a teenager, arguing about something. It sounds like he's making fun of the girl's dress, which I thought was unfair. Her dress was really cute. But Entitled Mum slides with the boy and agrees the dress is gross and says, "I don't know why your father bought you that hideous dress." The girl is visibly hurt by this and walks away from them. This is when she walks over to me, sees Bolt and my drawing on my tablet. She walks up next to me and looks at my drawing. "Sweet girl, that's a cool robot. And your dog is cute. What's his name?" I look at her and go sign to her, as it's a habit not thinking she'll probably not know sign. She doesn't and gives me a weird look. Thinking fast, I turn my sketchbook into a blank page near the back and write. Me: "I'm sorry sweetie, I cannot speak, I am mute. I use this thing called sign language to talk. Thank you, I like it too. Her name is Bolt. You can pet her if you like." After a few seconds of her reading what I said, she looks at me. "Sweet girl, that's so cool. She is so cute too." She then goes and pets Bolt, who does not move as she is sound asleep. I just smile and get back to what I was doing a few seconds before. Snatch! My sketchbook is grabbed and taken off the table by Entitled Boy. "Entitled Boy, your drawings suck. Why'd you even do it anymore?" I looked at him shocked and confused by why he grabbed my sketchbook, not even registering that the fact he insulted my drawings. I take back my book, ripping the drawing I just worked on. Sweet girl, her drawings are not stupid, they're cool. Entitled Boy, no, they're not. Anyone can draw better than her. Now realizing he was insulting my work, I get the maddest I get during the whole encounter. Standing up, which in itself is very intimidating, but I'm wearing a tight red tank top this day and it shows my muscles very clearly. I have a six pack and a little on the buff side, which is not intimidating if you're an adult, but if you're around my size, it is. This kid was taller, yes, but not enough to easily overpower me. He sees this, and like a lot of kids run off, I sit back smiling at Sweet Girl, who smiles back, probably never seeing anyone stand up to her brother. But no, we are nowhere near done with this. Moments later, he is back with entitled mum. Entitled mum, what the hell did you do to my son, kid? SG's name. Stop petting that dirty mutt. Sweet Girl, but she was cut off. I asked you that question, brat. Answer me. Sweet Girl, mum, she's cut off again. Entitled boy, you're scared now, kid, that I've got an adult with me. Entitled mum, answer me. Entitled boy, mum, she threatened to beat me if I didn't give her money. She's probably homeless. All of this, I never got a chance to think or even try to sign with her. But finally, SG gets a word in. SG, mum, she can't talk. She is mute. I look at her thankful, but this does nothing to calm her down. Entitled mum, don't you dare raise your voice at me. That's complete nonsense. Of course she can speak. She probably just said that to get you on her side. At this point, I'm actually freaking out as I don't know what to do. I don't want to reach for my book or tablet as I'm afraid she'll attack me. I really don't think signing with her would work, and probably would only make her mad. All the while, Sweet Girl looks at me with embarrassment and shame. Entitled mum, god damn it, say something, stop with this mute bull crap. At this moment, she must have noticed my phone laying on the table also. Grabbing it, I get scared as she thinks I'm stealing it, but she says, Entitled mum, let's see what your parents think about you threatening kids and walking around like I was wearing a red tank top, that's showing very light cleavage, less than she was showing. Black jeans, they had neon paint all over them, and one of those hoodie jean jackets. She opens my phone. I don't have a password on it because it's a very old iPhone 4, as I don't really need for much. I don't really use it except to listen to music. She goes to my contacts and calls my mum. She answers in seconds, as the only time she gets a call from my phone is in an emergency. She had to put it on speaker to embarrass me. At this exact moment, Entitled Boy asks. Quick disclaimer, there's 2 lines missing. One where the Entitled Boy asks, is she actually mute? And the mum saying no. And then, yeah. Entitled mum seems a little shocked that she immediately knows it's not me, but starts with a very smug tone. Entitled mum, yes miss, I have her right here, and she has been extremely rude to me and my children. She was cut off by my mum. Mum, I extremely doubt that miss. She is mute and has never been rude in her life. Now please return her property or I will call the cops. Looking more enraged now. Entitled mum, how dare you? Your teenage daughter is walking around like with some stray. She even stole my son's laptop. Mum, Miss, I do not like you talking about my daughter and her service dog like that. I know for a fact, my name does not have a violent bone in her body and would never steal anything. Give her back her laptop, her phone and whatever else you stole, or I will personally make sure that you are arrested for theft, along with harassing a disabled person. Also, make it my goal in life to make sure you get as much time as possible for it. My mum is the country's district attorney. Now stop harassing my daughter and return her property before I get angry. Entitled mum is stunned at this and goes to respond, probably not to look bad in front of her kids. Entitled mum, how dare you speak to me in this way? My husband will have you and your daughter in jail by... My mum cuts her off again. My mum doesn't take any Mum. Ma'am, I am the district attorney of the county we are in. I know any cop that you would know. It is my job to make sure criminals like you get the book thrown at them. Now, I will ask you one last time before I personally come down there and make sure you are arrested and your kids are taken by CPS. Give my daughter's property back. She says all of this in the very cold, very serious and very scary tone me and my sister know from our childhoods, which also probably gives murders and nightmares. Entitled mum just stands there, frozen. I thought it was over. I was wrong. Entitled mum seems to get some courage back. Entitled mum, fine! If you want to be like that, then defend your My mum hangs up. Within minutes, there are 4 police cars there. My manager is with me in my booth with all my stuff, safely back in my bag. Bolt leashed to the table so she didn't run off to play with her police friends. And my mum is being loaded into the back of one of the cop cars, cussing like a sailor. The kids waiting with the police officers for their dad to come down and get them. I'm giving a statement to one of the officers that know how to sign. Also, Sweet Girl had one of my older drawings of unicorns and flowers. Also, Sweet Girl said my outfit was cool. My mum was there around 20 minutes later and she drives me home after she deals with the police and the kids. He apologises a lot for his wife. They apparently were going through a really messy divorce and fighting for custody of the kids. Apparently she's abusive towards sweet girl. My mum later told me the whole time during the trial of the mum, she was trying to get her fired and accuse her of making up stories about her. But it came out that the house she was staying in was with her boyfriend, where her kids stayed while they were with her, was cooking meth in the basement. She was charged with child endangerment, drug trafficking, theft, attempted theft, and child abuse. I don't know how long she got. Well, I hope she got a very long time. My God. How can you actually be so stupid, so weird, and especially picking on someone who is mute? If I saw anyone picking on someone who was doing sign language, who was calling for help, I would run over there as fast as I can to help. You don't bully a person who can't defend themselves. You know, they've probably had a really hard life. They probably do not want the shit from you at all. They probably do not want it. Leave them alone. Leave them be. They're not causing any harm. And I don't get what made them go over there. I don't get it. Maybe it was jealousy, maybe they just wanted to have a little bit of fun. And even if they were doing that for fun, that's just weird and messed up. This family was messed up, apart from the sweet girl. The sweet girl in this, you know, just puts a smile on your face every single time you read one of her lines. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, smash the like button down below, and if you are new, please hit subscribe. And yeah, let's try and get this in people's recommended this time. And yeah, peace.